Winning Blueprint presents. It's the Redskins Report. So it's everything Redskins and anything of the sort. That's right, there's nothing here to hide. Skins colors are so bold, man, I wear 'em with pride. So get this Skins Report. Recap of Sunday's game and anything of the sort. Whether it's losses or wins, it's all skins. Come get it. I'm holding down the fort. You know why? 'Cause it's the Redskins Report. Man, can't nobody tell me that, man. I've been watching Redskins football since I was 3. Where were you at on January 12th, 1991? I know where I was at. I was in my room crying because the Redskins just lost to the San Francisco 49ers in the divisional round of the playoffs. That's real. I'm serious. That's real. Man, just tune into the show, man. Just tune in. The Redskins Report.
Do you smell that? Smells like first place to me. I don't know about you, but I can smell it. I can taste it. I can touch it. I can feel it. It's right there in front of my face. I'm talking about first place in the NFC East. I'm talking about NFC East champions. I can taste it. I can smell it. I can touch it. It's right there. We just got to grab it. It's right there. All for the taking. And it's one team in the way. We'll get to that a lot later because I want to put a bow on this game really quick. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. As the Redskins were triumphant. Again, we were supposed to beat this team. We did what we were supposed to do. As always, we make it interesting. It's family business, and so we don't know how to put teams away. But I don't care. Just get the W. I don't care how it looks. I don't care how outward appearances make it seem. A win is a win is a win is a win. And I'll take it every day of the week. So, you get the win. 6-game winning streak. Only team in the NFC East with 9 wins. We should feel really good right now. No time to feel like we've done anything. Because we got the biggest game of the season next week. And I say it every week. If you take care of business the week prior, then next week's game is that much bigger. And so it doesn't get any, and so for us, it doesn't get any bigger than this. We've worked all season long to get to this point to play this exact game. Would you want to play anyone other than the team we're playing? If you're a Redskins fan and your blood pumps burgundy and gold, the absolute answer to that question is a resounding no. But let's put that aside for a second. Let's put that aside. Let's talk about the Eagles and what the Redskins were able to do to get the 27-20 victory on Sunday versus those Eagles. Knew it was going to be a tough matchup. Shady McCoy early in the week was cleared by the doctors, passed all of his concussion protocol, and so he was suiting up for the first time since the last time these two teams met. And so that right there makes me absolutely nervous. I don't like playing against Shady McCoy. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how I feel about Shady McCoy. I don't give that kind of praise to many backs in the National Football League, but he's a special breed. He's a special talent. There's not another back in the league like him. They don't make backs like him anymore. They don't make them like him. There's guys like C.J. Spiller. There's guys like Chris Johnson. They don't make them like Shady McCoy. They don't make them like Adrian Peterson. Those are rare, special breeds. Chris Johnson, Jamal Charles, they're interchangeable. They look like the same back. They don't make guys like Adrian Peterson. They don't make guys like Shady McCoy. So I was afraid right there because he was playing. And the last time we saw Nick Foles, different quarterback. First time starting, wide-eyed. You knew you could force him into some mistakes. Different quarterback. He had won a game, brought a team back, played good on the road against Dallas. Different quarterback. So you knew that was going to be a challenge as well. So he had to come out and play football and really to me, the key in this game was to come out and step on the necks of the Eagles early. Don't allow them to get any momentum, feel like they could beat us. You know they want to wreck our season so bad. Misery loves company. And the Eagles would love nothing more than to bring us down. Hell, we've played spoilers many a season. How many years have we been bad and just want to see someone else in the division do bad because we're suffering? And so you want to yank them down with you. We see it all the time. So we knew that this was a trap game and we had to take care of business. And that's what we went into the game to do. And so getting the ball after the half was a joy to my heart. You know how I feel about that. Eagles got the ball first. What I didn't like was the fact that the Eagles moved the football on us. Got into fourth down a couple times on that first possession, went for it. They got nothing to lose. They're 4-10. They have nothing to lose. So of course they're going for it on fourth down. And they picked them up, and they ended up getting a touchdown as a result of it. Nice touchdown pass to Jeremy Maclin in the corner of the end zone, and just like that, it's 7-0 in this game. Not happy about that, because without even touching the ball, we're already down 7-0. So we haven't even had a chance offensively to put points on the board. So we're already down 7-0. Really don't like that, but okay, fine. That's the position that we've put ourselves in. Let's make something happen. So the kickoff comes. Niles Paul drops the ball, picks it up, and takes off. Gets a heck of a return, and wouldn't you know it, hold it. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. So we start at the 11-yard line. Perfect, just perfect. You give up a touchdown, you get a nice return on the ensuing kickoff, and you blow it by having a penalty, bring it all the way back to the 11. Great. So we start with the football at our own 11, and we start to matriculate the ball down the field, as we do. Big third down conversion on that first set of downs by Leonard Hankerson on 3rd and 9 to move the sticks and really give this drive a little bit of flow, a little bit of offensive sync. So pick up that first down, and we kind of get comfortable, start moving the ball down the field. Find ourselves in a similar situation that the Eagles found themselves in, 4th and short. Do you go for it? Do you punt? What do you do? Long field goal attempt? Nah. Go for it. Why not? Eagles did it. We've been one of the best 4th down teams all season long. How many times have you seen us go for it and get it? We've made our living this season gambling, rolling the dice, and having it come up where we win. So why not? So we go for it, and I really didn't like the play call because it was a play action fake, and I just let Robert throw the football from the pocket. It's a play action fake, a bootleg. Santana Moss is really your only option there. They get pressure. He has to throw it to Santana. He wasn't going to pick it up. He gets hit, drops the ball. Turnover on downs. So we're down 7-0. At this point, I'm saying to myself, okay, not the most ideal way to start the game off. Eagles get a touchdown on their first drive. We get the football back. We get a couple first downs, but ultimately turn it over on downs. Now they got the ball right around midfield with a chance to make this a 2-score game. You don't want to go down by 2 scores on the road to a bad football team. Because you know what that does? It gives them confidence. Now they think, why can't we win this game? Why not us today with a win? Haven't happened to us many times this season. Why can't this be a Sunday that we get a W? You don't want them thinking that. Bad teams need to know that they're a bad team. When you make them feel like they're a good team, guess what? They start to play above their capabilities. And that's when you get yourself into trouble. So I'm at this point saying, hey, defense, need you to step up. I called on you last week when we struggled early on in that game against Cleveland to step up, and you did it. Need you to do it again. Eagles start moving the ball down the field, and just like that, they're right in field goal range. And I'm saying, uh-oh, here we go. This is going to be a long roller coaster ride. So they get into field goal range, and basically now They're looking to get a touchdown. They've comfortably gotten themselves into field goal range. And so they get to second and short, and we send a blitz. Perry Riley gets through, gets a sack, and that was a huge sack. Because not only did it stop any offensive flow that the Eagles had, now they're on the cusp of field goal range. Now they're kind of in that fringe territory where they got to send Alex Henry out there. It's going to be a 48, 49, 50-yard field goal. Don't know how comfortable they are sending him out there for that. So it's imperative that on this third down, we don't give them 11 yards and get them back into comfortable field goal range. Make it a long field goal attempt. Well, Kerrigan gets pressure. Foles holds on to the ball way too long. Allows Kerrigan to come back, get more pressure, and this time grab him, poke the ball free. And aren't you starting to love Richard Crawford? I've always liked him. Thought he should get a chance. Thought they put him on the bench earlier in the season prematurely after he was beat against Cincinnati. Good to see him come from beneath that rock. And really, he's getting a chance because of a few injuries and Cedric Griffin being suspended. But nonetheless, he's taking advantage of that. You sprinkle in the fact that Brandon Banks hasn't done anything on special teams all season long, and he's getting an opportunity, and he's making the most of it. So he scoops the fumble up, takes it down the sideline, gets tackled. We're in business. There were 2 turning points in this game. That was the first of the 2 turning points in this game. That turnover changed the game. If the Eagles just get a field goal there, go up 10-0, totally different ball game. But instead, they did what bad teams do. They turned it over, squandered a golden opportunity to be in front by 2 scores, and never really had that opportunity present itself again. So we get the football, drive it down the field. Offense was kind of sluggish early on. Never really got into a good flow and rhythm in that first quarter and a half. So we take the ball down. That play on the fumble occurred as the last play of the first quarter. So we get the ball starting the second quarter. Start driving down the field. End up getting a field goal. Kai Forbath, what a luxury that guy has been for us. Huge asset to this team. Knocks home a 45-yard field goal. 7-3. Okay, good. I feel good. We're on the board. Would like to get 7s, but beggars can't be choosers. Take your field goal. Shut up. I'm fine with that. We're on the board. So we play defense, and I asked the defense to step up. They've already done so, forcing that turnover. They said, hey, we're not done yet. They go back on the field, force a 3 and out. And this time, that 3 and out comes with a bad Matt McBriar punt. So we get the ball right around midfield. We're in prime position to score more points. Lovely. Let's get 7 this time. We go down the field and bog down again. Have to ask Kai to kick another 40-something yard field goal. He does it. As usual, no complaints out of Kai. He just goes in, does his job. It's 7-6. Once again, I'll take the points. Would like touchdowns, but I'll take the points. Now, whatever the Eagles decide to do, it's going to be a 1-score game. Whether they decide to go down and score a touchdown now or kick a field goal, it's a 1-possession game. Just where I like it. Always want to keep a bad team within reach. You let them kind of get ahead of themselves. They start getting confidence. Now you're in trouble. You keep a bad team within arm's reach. They always feel like you're breathing down their neck, which is what you want. So, felt good. So, I felt good. Felt like we were right where we needed to be to strike. And wouldn't you know it, the next possession, the Eagles started to show themselves. Pass is tipped by Barry Cofield on 3rd down, right into the waiting arms of, you guessed it, London Fletcher. Interception. We're in business. This time, we're inside Eagles territory. I want 7. A field goal won't do here because we've already field goaled the Eagles to death. Now we need to start getting 7s. We keep settling for field goals. It's going to come back to haunt us at the end of the game. How about we start scoring touchdowns right about now? Offense said, okay, you're right. Time for us to start scoring some touchdowns. So a couple of runs, pass here and there. Next thing you know, nice little simple bubble screen pass out in the flats to Joshua Morgan. We're in the end zone. Touchdown. We're up for the first time in the game. It's 13-7. Great. We've taken the lead. No need to give it back at this point. They're not a good team. They should be saying right about this point, here we go again. 3 straight possessions. They've turned it over or punted. 2 turnovers, 1 bad punt, resulting in 13 Redskins points. They're starting to feel the game slip away from their fingers as we speak. This is exactly what we want. So now if the defense can come out and get one more stop, one more 3 and out, force one more turnover, they're done. Instead, the Eagles respond. They go all the way down the field. Right before the half, they get a field goal. Okay, fine. 13-10 now. Going to halftime with a 13-10 lead. And that's okay, because that's basically what the score has been for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Either it's been 13-10 or 14-10. Either way, we've either been losing or winning, but it's always been that close of a game going into the half. So it made me not one bit of difference. We've been in this position before. We're comfortable in that position. That's the thing that I like about this team. No situation is too big for this football team. We've been in just about every situation there is, and we've responded, especially down the stretch in this 6-game winning streak. So going to half up 3 against a bad team, no worries. We did that just a week ago against Cleveland. Went to halftime, except we were trailing in that game instead of winning. No worries. Get the ball after halftime, and this is why I like getting the ball after halftime. And what I noticed in the first half, before we move on to the second half, is that Barry Cofield was balling in this game. Period. In the discussion. Barry Cofield was getting it done. Whether he had to run 7 to 10 yards out into the flats to make a tackle, he had to collapse the pocket, he needed to get pressure, or he just needed to get his hands up and deflect the pass. Cofield was doing it all. He was doing it in the run game. Eagles had a 3rd down play stuffed because Cofield blew it up. He was chasing around Nick Foles all game long. He was going out on the perimeter and making tackles on wide receivers. Cofield was doing it all in this game. He deflected the pass that London Fletcher ended up picking off. I mean, Cofield was absolutely playing out of his mind in this game. Loved his performance in this game. Also, the offense and the defense settled down after the first drives of the game. Offensively, after the first drive where we didn't get any points, went for it on 4th down and didn't convert, we scored on the next 4 possessions. 2 field goals, 2 touchdowns. So, offense settled down after that first drive. Defense settled down after giving up a touchdown drive to the Eagles. They gave up only a field goal right before the half, forcing 2 turnovers and getting a 3 and out. So the defense settled down in the first half. The offense settled down in the first half. Both played really well to finish up the first half. So we go to the second half, and this is why I love getting the ball first in the second half, because you don't know what the score is going to be at halftime. You know what the score is going to be at the beginning of the game, but you don't know what the score is going to be at the half. And so if you get the ball after the half and you go down and get a touchdown, whether you're trailing by 3 or you're winning by 3, it's going to be a tremendous boost to your team. In our case, we were up 3. So a touchdown extends it to a 2-possession game and gives us a 10-point lead. And Pierre Garçon, once again, was magnificent in this game. He catches a nice crossing route to set up the beginning of this drive. Then Niles Paul. This is why I'm so hard on Niles Paul. I ride him like a mule because he's got such potential to be a mismatch nightmare for opposing teams. He catches a simple play-action bootleg out to the flats. There's an Eagles linebacker bearing down on him. He smokes him. Runs down the sideline, gets about 22 yards on the play, sets us up 1st and 10 from about 12-yard line. Next play, we run a beautiful draw to Alfred Morris. He walks in the end zone. We're up 20-10. I mean, that drive was a thing of beauty. Executed to perfection. Everything on that drive went smoothly, and there's no complaints. After the half, that's how you want to draw it up, right there. Our second half adjustments, Nothing short of magnificent. Since the bye week, we've went to the half, made adjustments, come out and executed in just about every game during this 6-game winning streak. We've been really good after the half, and it continued in this game. We go up 20-10, force the Eagles to punt the football, get it back deep in our own territory. Robert throws a pass that ends up being a backwards pass. Heads up play by Santana Moss by picking that ball up and falling down. Some guys, they go to sleep on that play. They let the ball stay on the ground. The defender picks it up, run in the end zone. That would have been a touchdown. That would have changed the face of that game. Instead, Santana Moss, heads up, savvy vet, picks it up, not knowing that it's a backwards pass or not, but it looks a little sketchy, so I'm just going to pick it up to be safe. Didn't hear a whistle. Gets the ball back. And so just maintaining possession there was key. We had to punt, but not turning it over was the best thing that could have happened on that possession. A turnover right there, giving the Eagles prime position to score a touchdown, would have been a nightmare. So, heads up play by Santana Moss. We punt the football. Eagles get great field position because we were backed up. So they get the ball right around midfield. Go for it on 4th and 2. Nick Foles is sacked. He trips over his offensive lineman's leg because Kerrigan bull rushed him basically into him. And so we get a sack and a turnover on down. We get the football right around midfield. So great. It works out perfect in our favor. They get great field position, squander it. And not only do they squander it, they give it right to us at midfield. Can't ask for it much better than that. So we get the football, and Alfred Morris really starts to get going. He really didn't have a lot of success in the first half. He really started to get going on this drive. He really set up everything that was to follow on that drive, and it actually culminated in that exceptionally well-thrown pass to Santana Moss. The feathery touch. I talk about that feathery, soft touch all the time because not everyone in the league has that. You know, it's one thing to be able to throw the football through the wall. You know, a lot of quarterbacks in the league can throw the football through a brick wall. You know, there's guys with cannons for an arm in the league. Robert's one of them. But not everyone possesses that feathery soft touch that it takes to put a ball right on the money like he did to Santana Moss in the corner of the end zone. That was a thing of absolute beauty. Oh, man. Was that a good throw or what? That couldn't have been dropped in a barrel, and you heard Brian Billick talk about it, dropping a ball in a barrel. You can't drop a football down in a barrel any better than that. Santana Moss couldn't have had the ball handed to him any better than that. I mean, what a gorgeous throw that was. Just another reason why Robert Griffin III is your Rookie of the Year, one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. That pass required such precision, such accuracy, and such touch and finesse. And they were all on display. And another thing on that play that was on display was protection. The Eagles sold out on that play. They blitzed. That's why Santana had one-on-one coverage. They blitzed. They came with the house, and everyone protected. And I must say, Evan Royster, he's been doing a damn good job of late. Running the football, he had a good run in this game. He ran it last week, scored a touchdown. He's catching the ball out of the backfield, and he's pass protecting as well. And he pass protected on that play, and the offensive line all did a good job. Robert was able to step up, clean pocket, make a beautiful throw. Everything on that play was executed phenomenally. Couldn't have done it any better. And just like that, it's 27-13. Nothing like taking a commanding lead against a bad football team. Because you know, at that point, they're saying, here we go again. We're going to lose, aren't we? Yes, you are. You always want to be the team that says, yes, you are. That always wants to be your answer when they say, we're going to lose this game, aren't we? Yes, you are. You're going to lose. And at that point, They knew they were going to lose that game. We were seemingly in control. Defense was on cruise control. The Eagles' offense hadn't been able to do anything really all second half. Offensively, we couldn't be stopped. We were in a rhythm. We could do no wrong. Alfred Morris was starting to get going. Robert was having a solid day passing the football. Everything was working in unison. And then, at the 11:40 mark of the fourth quarter, the second turning point moment of this game occurred. And I said there were two. The first one was the fumble forced by Ryan Kerrigan on Nicholas Foles that we recovered. Richard Crawford picked it up, set us up for our first points of the game. The second one was the Robert Griffin III interception that he threw, tipped off the hands of Joshua Morgan. Had too much hot sauce on it. That pass was hot. It was steaming like Willie Beeman. Had way too much sauce on it. Tipped right off his hands. And Josh, he's plucked some passes out of the air. He probably could have caught that. If you ask him, he'll probably tell you, I should have caught that. But Robert didn't have to put that much sauce on it. He did. He put some extra juice on that one. And your end result, tips off his hands into the waiting arms of Kurt Coleman. Interception. Eagles are in business. And we were in control of this game up until that point. We were going to score more points on that possession. And if not, we were going to just salt the clock away, give it back to the Eagles with about 6 minutes left, and they wouldn't have been able to do anything. Instead, they get the football back with 11:35 left in the fourth quarter and hope. That's the one thing that interception gave them that they didn't have up until that point, was hope. We're not out of it quite yet. And so they drive down the field, put together a drive, and they get in the end zone. Now things are starting to get tight. We're still up a touchdown. But this is what you have to keep in mind. This is a bad team. This is a 4-10 team. Do you think that they want to go to overtime? No. If they score a touchdown and tie this game up, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go for two. And at this point, if they're able to score the game tying or the touchdown to cut it to a 1-point game, we're not getting the football back with time to go down and get a field goal and win the game. It's going to be 11 or 15 or 8 seconds left on the clock. And you lose at that point if they get the 2-point conversion. Don't put yourself in that kind of situation. And that's what that interception did. It left the door open. That door was slightly ajar. We were shutting it at the moment when we threw that interception. The door was like this. And that interception, they stuck their foot in. Don't you shut that door right now. I'm coming in. I'm not done yet. And that's what we did. We left the door slightly ajar. Eagles stuck their foot in, pried it open, they came in. Luckily enough for us, we were able to put together a solid drive, eat up some clock. I was a little disappointed because I wanted to not give the Eagles the football back. Much like we did against the Giants, I wanted to bleed the clock. Run your 4-minute offense, be efficient, pick up first downs, win the game. Eagles never see the ball again. That's what my hope was. And we were on our way to doing that. Then we found ourselves in a 3rd and 7. We picked up 6.5. Pierre Garçon was short by about this much. I wanted to go for it. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted to go for it because I didn't think the Eagles could stop us from getting half a yard. A simple Darrell Young handoff, I think would have did it. And then we would have been able to eat up some more clock, get another first down or two, win the game. But I won't second guess Mike Shanahan because, again, the defense was playing solid in this game. You don't want to give the Eagles the football at basically midfield. And so I wasn't opposed to them punting, but again, I would have loved to have went for it. Just because I felt like they couldn't stop us. But they got the stop, forced us to punt the football. And now they have to drive the length of the field if they want to get in the end zone and tie this game, potentially win this game. So now it's on the defense's shoulders. And I felt pretty good. I felt confident that the defense would find a way to get a stop because this Eagles team is 4-10 for a reason. They find ways to lose. They don't find ways to win. Now, granted, just 3 weeks ago, they beat Tampa Bay in a similar situation like this. Seemingly dead in the water. Game is over, down 11 with about 5 minutes left in the game. Eagles drive down, get a touchdown. Seems like a meaningless touchdown at the time. Just a touchdown to cut it to 4. Bucks don't do anything. Give the Eagles back the ball. They drive back down. Nick Foles throws a touchdown to Jeremy Maclin in the end zone as time expires. They win the game. Similar situation here. We seemingly have firm grasp of the game, well in control. We throw an interception. They drive down. They cut the lead to a touchdown. They get the football back. Now, this is it. 4-down territory. Wherever we are on the field, we're going for it. Because if we punt the ball to the Redskins, we won't get it back. And keep in mind, we've already squandered and wasted 2 timeouts in the second half. So even if the Eagles score, go for 2 and get it, and give us the ball back with 39 seconds left, we only got 1 timeout because we've wasted timeouts in the second half. That's why you never want to use your timeouts in the second half. First half is fine. If you need to burn it to avoid a delay of game, by all means, go ahead. Not lined up in the right formation, call timeout. Second half, you need to be a lot more careful with your timeouts because you just never know when you'll need them, what you'll need them for. In this case, we didn't have but 1 left, so it was imperative that we got to stop. Because if the Eagles score, we would have no time left, and we don't have any timeouts to do anything with. So they start their march, and Nick Foles is running around. He's scrambling. On this particular drive, he was moving around, running in and out of the pocket, running around, circles, throwing the ball, finding receivers, extending plays, running for first downs with his legs. He was being a nuisance. And, of course, Shady McCoy, not to be outdone, making guys miss in the backfield, catching passes out of the backfield. This is exactly why I didn't want to play against Shady McCoy. On this possession, you saw what he could be and how he could end up helping us lose this football game. Because he was catching the ball out of the backfield, making guys miss. He got out of bounds one time when he wasn't supposed to. He was making guys miss, getting first downs, extending plays. He made Barry Cofield and Rob Jackson miss in the backfield on one particular 3rd down and 1 attempt where they had him for about a 2-3 yard loss. Juked both of them, got to the outside, got a first down. He was really proven to be a thorn in our side on that final drive. He catches a pass, gets all the way down to about the 5 yard line. He's pushed out of bounds, stops the clock with about 11 seconds. Eagles have about 2 shots at the end zone at this point. And really, before I even go a step further and talk about the finale and the finish to this game, we dodged a bullet. If Nick Foles was a good quarterback, they scored a touchdown. Jeremy Maclin was wide open on a corner route. We were playing zone coverage. Madu Williams was supposed to come over. Got over there late as usual. He's always late to the party. No difference here. Got to the party late. Jeremy Maclin is wide open, and luckily enough for us, Nick Foles got too pretty. He got too fine with the football, tried to make a perfect throw instead of just letting it rip. And he short hops it by about 2 yards in front of Jeremy Maclin. He puts any amount of air under that ball, any more, it's a touchdown. Instead, he short hops it, and that proved to be our saving grace because they get down to about the 8 yard line. They don't complete the first pass, and really, that should have been caught. Evan Moore, backup tight end for the Eagles, drops the football, and he probably scores a touchdown if he catches it. It's an easy slant pass, thrown right to him. He drops it. So we dodge another bullet. Really, we probably should have given up 2 touchdowns on 2 separate occasions in the final 7 plays. But we dodged a bullet. 2 of them, in fact. So Eagles run another play. This time, we've dropped just about everyone back. It's a 3-man rush. Bowen finally gets free as Foles starts to run outside of the pocket. Bowen, I'm screaming at him, grab his arms, don't let him throw the ball. He doesn't grab his arms. He slings him down to the turf, but he gets the football away. It's 1 second left. I'm holding my head in disbelief. Why didn't you grab his arms? Then I see Ed Hockley and his officials talking it over. Hey, throw the flag, Ed. Throw the flag, Ed. Throw the flag, Ed. That's what I'm yelling at my TV. And of course, Ed, he obliges, throws the flag. At that point, I know the game is over. 10-second runoff is coming. Intentional grounding. Game's over. Whew. We just dodged another bullet. Wasn't the prettiest of wins, but we went into a hostile environment against a divisional foe, handled family business, came out with a W. That's all you can ask for. It's a bad team. We were supposed to win. We got it done. I don't care how it looks. We got it done. Ask the Cowboys. They'd love to get a win against a team that's not going to the postseason. But they lost. So take it any way you can get it. This Eagles team scared the Cowboys a few weeks ago. They scared us, but we got the win. That's all that matters. And so we go to 9-6 on the season. Chance to get it done. I'll be back. I'm not going to give you a long monologue at the end. I'll be back shortly to talk Dallas. It's Dallas week. I'm so amped. I'm so pumped for this one. It doesn't get any bigger than this. I can't wait. Got so much to discuss on the next episode. Some stuff that I didn't get to discuss because I didn't get to come back and give you a preview for the last game. So there's a lot to talk about. I'll be back. There's no doubt about it. I will be back. We will talk about it. It will be so much fun. I can't wait. Enjoy this one, but put a bow on this one. It's Dallas week. Forget about the Eagles. They're not going anywhere. They're 4-11 now. They're done. Let's talk about Dallas. Think about Dallas and what it could mean beating this. What about all the chants of we want Dallas? Yeah, let's get Dallas. Let's get them. Let's beat them. Let's end their dreams in hopes of making the postseason. And let's build ours up. So put a bow on this one. Take this in. And then I'll be back in a couple days. We're going to talk some Dallas Cowboys. We're going to talk some Washington Redskins. We're going to talk some playoff football. So get ready. I'm a Redskins fan, etched in burgundy and gold. My Redskin spirit will never die. My Redskin spirit will never fold. Until we meet again, hail to the Redskins. See y'all later in the week.
The Redskins Report.